Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We are going to do some lowsec DED hunting, some exploration in lowsec. We're going to be using a Tengu for this, and the reason is because I'm deciding to go for the Garistas. They have their lowest HP or resist in the Kinetic department, and the Tengu gets an extreme bonus to kinetic missiles, so we'll be doing a ton of damage. Something I just thought about now is that I forgot to actually put some scripts in here, which are quite important when doing PvE with missile guidance computers. So we'll go and grab some scripts real quick. There we go, 2 missile range and 2 precision scripts. So we'll go out and look for a good lowsec system to do DED hunting in. So I'm actually thinking we'll go to that same system we were at before, Kinetic. Kinetic is a factional warfare system, so I can imagine not so many people will be hunting PvE people, because they'll be mainly looking for PvP people who are doing factional warfare. But obviously, as we saw before, when I was doing Heke exploration, it didn't go too well. Someone hunted us anyway. But I still think that it's a good location. It felt like it was not too busy, and we were still able to get around. One thing we need to do actually, also before we go into the lowsec, is that we should go to perimeter to swap out our clone, because I do not want to have an expensive clone when doing this. If we go here, look at our DPS. We've got a pretty high amount of DPS here. Go with the Rage, 940 DPS. Oh, look at that. All these white text. I've not seen that before in mobile depots. I'm going docking up in the free clone bay. Oh, the Tengu actually seems pretty big when it's docked up in the Citadel. Go here to the jump clone. We can maybe go on this one that has a few guided missile precision. Yeah, this could be good actually for Tengu. Just some slight mini implants that buff our missiles. Need to wait for that session timer to change. Now we can undock. 998 DPS. Ooh. That's good. We've got some decent DPS now. Almost 1k. The rationale behind this fit is that it is made to do the low tier anomalies, rally points and dens as quick as possible. So we're going with triple ballistic control systems here. And then we've got, like, obviously a lot of DPS because of this. Then we've got 2 missile guidance computers, so this makes it so that all missiles are going to get the buffs here. This will make it so that we can split the groups and still get like buffs to our missiles application. Not like if we have, say, a target painter, we can only affect one target at a time, and now we can split up them. So say, for example, we're doing the dens, which have a lot of NPCs, we can split up the missiles and not have to worry about sort of having bad application on all our missiles. This is not going to be as good application as, say, a target painter or web, but it'll still be decent and will affect all of them at the same time as well. For the tank, we're still going pretty hard on the tanks so that we can tank the NPCs decently if we have to do the 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. I'm not 100% sure if this will actually be able to tank, but I think it will, because we've got a Pith X-type large shield booster, so we get 159 HP per second. Got Multispectrum shield hardener, and then a kinetic shield reinforcer to get some extra kinetic resist over here, which is very favourable when you go up against the Garistas. So hopefully we'll be able to survive the tank, because against Garistas we've got a decent amount of tank. This fit is a little bit pricey though, because of that shield booster, 700 million. But Tengu is not actually that expensive. And when I made this fit, I was thinking actually, I was mentioning this before, that I'm probably going to use the Rook in lowsec. I decided that I'm very likely going to use the Rook in wormhole space. The reason for this is that the Rook is very good at just not being seen on D-scan, because it's got this ability to not be seen on D-scan. I think that will be more advantageous in wormhole space, where you can't see people in the local system. Then you are like completely invisible, so I think we'll have more benefit of it there. You can still see me on the local scan or local chat, even if I've got a Rook in lowsec. So I think here also the main threat in lowsec and nullsec is not that I'm going to be detected by other people while I'm doing the site, even though it did happen before. But if I am vigilant and look at the D-scan and overview, I don't think it will be too much of an issue. I think the main issue when I'm in lowsec and nullsec is getting popped on gates. In particular, when it comes to the lowsec, it's a bit easier than nullsec, because you do not have to deal with the bubbles, the big bubbles that can destroy you, by keeping you in place and not letting you warp away without having to get out of the bubble. So the main thing is just you don't want to get insta-locked. And a good way to bypass this is to use a cloaking device, because you can just warp and then directly cloak straight away when you're warping. So this is a really good way to just get around and not get destroyed. So I think Because of this cloaking device, we'll have a very good time avoiding gate camps. So I think that'll make most of the threat go away. If I was, say, using a rook, I would not be immune to this. I'd be at a big risk of getting popped on gates. A way I could counteract that, which I actually have done before, is that I fit a cloaking device, remove one of the missiles, put a cloaking device and put an MWD and use the MWD cloak trick, where I cloak one cycle, use an MWD one cycle, and then sort of uncloak, and then I've already got a lot of velocity so I can instantly warp. So it's a more complicated or technically advanced way of doing the same thing that a Covert Ops cloaking device would do, but that also requires me to refit, which is annoying, and takes a lot of time. And then also I find that the cloaking device is a lot simpler, so it's less likely that I could make some mistake. And then combine that with the fact that the Tengu is overall really powerful, I think that is a good combination here. But for wormhole space, I think the Rook will feel really safe because you're sort of completely invisible, and you do not have to usually deal with gate camps as much in wormhole space, or at least in lower tier wormholes, in my experience. I think I've only encountered a wormhole gate camp once or twice. Soon there, soon in Kinaka. Okay, Kinaka gate. Let's go. I have to be very observant of the D-scan and also the local scan, or local chat. Nobody here. No anomalies. Okay, we'll go to maybe Rybaka or maybe Inia. Let's go here. And we can see combat anomalies. If we filter by lowsec, we can perhaps see where they are. EC. Oh, there's a lot of people in EC. Well, not people, but the combat anomalies. Well, we can go there. Ooh, the 0.1 systems are a lot more red now. To me, it looks a bit more intimidating when there's like dark blood red. Go to EC because there's a lot of anomalies there. Cloaked ship. I would like to have a skin actually. I'm considering to buy a skin for the Tengu. None of them really tickle my fancy a lot, apart from this Emperor Bear. I think this Emperor Bear looks quite cool. I wish that red was black. That would have been a lot more preferable in my opinion. Ooh, all of these people red here. Well, that doesn't look too welcoming. But it doesn't matter, like, here, you know, we just go cloak. Don't have to worry too much about encountering anyone. The thing is, you wouldn't do this in lowsec because you would have then the risk of having a bubble, but you don't care here. The main thing you worry about here are smart bombs, but smart bombs, I think we can survive a smart bomb. Unless it's like 5 people in the same place. We should be able to survive. A lot of people. Are these guys in a militia? No. Next system? I don't think these are considered combat anomalies. I think some combat anomalies, they mean PvE sites. That's what they're saying. Because we didn't see we have a Grister's Hideaway here. You see there seems to be 6. This feels a bit chill actually, like being able to just warp around and not have to worry about bubbles. In next system there's nobody here. Okay. And that makes a lot of sense where we find that there's dens here. No rally points though. Could perhaps launch some probes and scan. We can do some of these dens. I think there's one den here. Scan around. Are there any systems or the stations we can dock up in? Yeah, okay, there are Kaldari stations. That's good. Let's see how smooth this den feels. Should be really smooth. 25-kilometer range. Or we can just keep moving. Lock everything up here. Okay, there seems to be some core scanners, but that is just me. Maybe we want to make this a bit bigger, like that, so we can see a bit more. So we split up the missiles, and it doesn't feel as twitchy as a Hecate, for example. A Hecate is going to be much better than this, but it's still decent, and we'll be able to get through those cruisers a lot easier than the Hecate would be. See how much shield boost do we get from one side. That's a decent amount of shield boost. Relic site, okay. I don't think lowsec relic sites are so good. They're sort of in between null and highsec. They're not as crap, like as worthless as highsec, but they're still not as good as lowsec or wormhole space. I like how these missiles are grouped evenly, so you can sort of have equal damage spread all over the place, unlike the Hecate, which I have 2 groups of 2 railguns and then 1 group of 1, so the third one is always a lot weaker. This feels very smooth here. I like this. Not as twitchy as the Hecate, but that's not strange. It's quite expected because of how this is a cruiser capsule. Okay. Decayed Garistas. Nah, don't think we want that. Maybe try checking out that cosmic signature over there. See what that is? Got capsule. Capsule can't do much to us. 3, only 3. Frigates here. It'd be really nice to get a 5 out of 10 from this den. There we go, destroyed. Anything else? Nope, that was it. It was a pretty fast den actually. There was not much going on here. I think that someone might have already done it because I saw that one of those turrets was already slightly damaged, so it might have been that they attempted this a long time ago, then they had to flee for some reason. So just dock up here. So we're gonna have to take a break now, but until next time we'll be exploring this lowsec region, and I have a good feeling about this. This feels like it'll be a good adventure because suddenly I'm like used to doing a Tengu in nullsec, and so I don't have to worry about, you know, the bubbles and all that kind of stuff. But here it just feels like, oh, suddenly I am sort of able to just go around a bit more freely than before.
Docking permission requested. Docking requested.
I don't know if any of you guys who live in lowsec have the same feeling, like, oh, that's maybe a reason you live in lowsec, is that it feels a bit more free to go around. Let me know in the comments if you can get that feeling from being in lowsec, or if that is a thing. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. That's just my initial experience here from being in lowsec for a short amount of time doing some exploration. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for now. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.